why we have come this very evening on this hallowed platform that you yourself created, to offer you unadulterated praise and to hand over to thee all that we can ever become, because Biafra is yours. This very family of IPOB, you molded yourself, you decreed that IPOB must come, and now that we have come, that we may worship thee, O Elohim, please accept our offering of praise and sacrifice unto your holy name, because there is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee, we will continue to worship thee, and as I said before, and I will reiterate as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession, we will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless IPOB, then you will bless me, then you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Ise.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
We, the global family of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the command and control of St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they use this medium, they sound this trumpet loud and clear for everybody to hear them, both the deaf and the dead. See, all these people, both big and small, in Biafra land, where they use the name of St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB or ESN, they they commit one commodity or the other, just to brought body and other nonsense for our body in the name of thief, kidnapping, collecting of tax and rate, and different levies, even snatching of cars, or write letter to people saying that to support ESN, then the ESN, our hand no day at all, our hand no follow, and they no follow for what they do. IPOB, ESN and St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, na brand name, we know they carry coal at all, or do rough things. My people, we know them, we know send them, and them no follow for what we they do. This once, in another brand of Beremas, in another style, in another form, and another shape for this course. Every papa, mama, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, quick match, advise your picking or brother now. For the leg where they waka crooked, I where they see sharply, they see them. person wey dey put hand for water where crocodile dey make shakara, wetin e dey find? My brother na palaba, and e go catch am. Two words no dey for the thing. If the dragon wey dey fly kpichi come you, na srugede dance dem go play for you, and you must dance that dance. And now before you don dance that dance finish, your name go become Obientuare. But the workers of iniquity and the hired laborers, including their sponsors in different shape and different countries and different towns and in different places, IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go play Funa Surugede, and that music una must dance am, and e go play and e go show. Two words no dey for the thing. As we talk am, na so e go be. Enough of awotawo everywhere, whether na politicians or whatever send una, we no wan know. Our dragon net go hold una. Remember, the fly wey no dey follow instruction or advice dey follow dead body enter grave. We the indigenous people of Biafra under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no dey carry last at all, and we dey blow this trumpet because when e go begin happen, una go be thy kingdom come, while our name go be thy will be done. This message na from the Ogungalicious, charismatic, indefatigable, great indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, the real owners of the land. They bring una this message. This na your opportunity to turn a new leaf.
All right, welcome to another live broadcast from New York City under the auspices of our mother station, Radio Biafra London. This morning, today is a blessed Tuesday, and we are all happy to be here again with you to talk about issues that concerns us as a people. Our quest is freedom. Somebody said yesterday, so you belong to the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra? And I said, no, I am proscribed. I'm a member of the IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. The word proscribed is rubbish, it's garbage. It's just a name that the zoo, the Fulanese have think that they can, blackmail us or do whatever. But you know something? For those of you out there who are the press men, the journalists, when you're talking and you go, the proscribed Ipob, you are fooling yourself. You are behaving like an illiterate. You're worse than the person that made that. They went to court and sought what they call injunction, whatever they call it. I don't know, I'm not a lawyer. Seeking that these people are terrorists. We are coming back to court, to prove it. My dear brothers and sisters, this thing has taken how many years now? So for me to join them, it's just like what is happening in Asurok. We all know that Buhari is dead. There is nobody called Muhammad Buhari. But you know something? You are forced to call that thing there Buhari. You know he's not Buhari. We know that. Everybody knows that. You can pretend not to know because you are afraid. You're just praying very hard. Oh, let 2023 come so that this evil will pass. No, it's not going to end. We're not going to stop talking about it. The man died 2017. He was buried in a shallow grave in Saudi, whatever, somewhere there. And all of you are jumping. You have Buhari. That man is not Buhari. You're deceiving, you're lying to yourself, and you think you're lying to the world. If they are so sure that Buhari is alive, they were looking for charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were turning charges left, right, and center. They were saying, oh, he did this, oh, he did that, oh, he wants to subvert the government. The fact that he has told the world that there was nobody called Muhammad Buhari, is that not enough for them to go to court and talk about it? No. They don't want to talk about it because you know something? You don't know what information that this man called Nnamdi Kanu has. He shocked all of you by saying that the hidden secret that the man died and was buried in a shallow grave. So maybe if you push further, he will give out more evidence and then people will start wondering what's going on. So the best thing is let's leave it alone. That's exactly what they have done. We're not stupid. We are not stupid, we know. You can go and call him Buhari, call him whatever you want. No. The man they call Muhammad Buhari is dead. We know that. Where is his family? His wife lives in Dubai. His son and his daughter, beautiful daughter, little tiny little daughter. Nobody hears about those ones anymore. They are just there, they're castigating their father and they are not saying anything. All in the name of keeping a nation that is so dead, trying to keep it alive. No. Nigeria has been in coma since over God knows how long. It's going down and down and down and down, and each of you guys out there are seeing the effect, and you are still trying to save Nigeria. I heard one man this morning, somebody sent me a clip that's very interesting actually. His name is Allah Official. Oh, okay. I think the man is Allah Official. That's his name. That's the name he put on it. Let's listen to what he said. He says something that he's not very, he doesn't look quite an educated man, but he has a lot of knowledge. He has something that's coming out of his brain that we need to actually listen to. Let's listen to this.
So we stand together. Save Nigeria from the hand of the Fulanis and the Britain, because Nigeria always have problem and crisis every 30 years.
Listen to that.
Since 1873, when they used Fulani and the British soldiers to send the Nana of Shekiri out to Gold Coast. In 1903, they used the same Fulani and the British army to take over from the Gombe, the original owner of the North. In 1933, they used the same Fulani and also the British army to take over from the South. In 1963, the Northern Territory and the Southern Territory worked hand in hand and formed unitarianism system of government within themselves and pushed the Fulani and the British out and declared Republic of Nigeria. In 1993, the British and the Fulanis annulled the election of Abiola. In 2023, we should stay awake and watch and build our towers to avoid the British and the Fulanis not to involve in our election. I hereby remind you that we need the peace in our country.
Yes, what he just said about the British is what attracted me actually. 2023. Peter Obi wanted to launch his campaign or whatever, his presidency position, which is remarkable. It's quite good, yes. But where did he start it? In number 10 Downing Street. That's where he lifted his hand. He went into the meeting, he came out, he declared he's going to run. Now the whole of the British government, the British people, they are behind him, they are campaigning for him, they want to bring him into office. Yeah, overnight. We see this evil coming and we don't want to look at it and call it by its name. If you do not call Satan by his name, he's not going to leave you alone. Call him by his name. Tell him, Satan, I know you are here. You are here. And as soon as you say that, he realizes that you know he is there. You know, one thing that Satan did to the world is that he created himself and he's out there and he makes the world believe that he does not exist. But when he knows that you know that he's on your side, believe me sincerely, he will leave you alone. The British people, they are the Satan that has kept us the way we are. The British government and its people, they are not going to leave you alone. They have already prepared themselves for 2023 to continue where they stopped. They will pretend now as if they don't know. We know. But you know something about us in this part of the world, this thing they call the zoo. You know, we are there fooling ourselves. We see things happening, it's happening before our eyes, and we are pretending as if it's not there. It is there. The evil is there. The evil that is really killing us is the British. They are the ones that are pushing the Fulanis to do what they are doing. You know, they hide on the corner. They Satan, like I told you. He doesn't bring himself out. He pretends as if he's not there. But meanwhile, he's there directing the evil that everybody will do. That witch that just died, they call her Queen Elizabeth. That woman was God kept her in office to tell us that these people are not with us. You see how long she stayed in office? That woman never for one day said to his government, no, leave these people alone. But you have to. As Nnamdi Kanu has said it before, and we are reiterating on it, if you don't leave us alone, you will never rest. That is correct. That is very, very correct. If you want us to leave you alone, or you don't want to leave us alone, well, keep on struggling. But we are not going to give up, because this age is not the primitive, not the colonial times. Even if we fail today, our children are not going to stop. They are going to continue where we stopped, and Biafra will eventually come to be a fulfillment, whether you like it or not. Our leader has said it. He's made it very, very clear to each and every one of us, and we know that whatever he says goes. We are not fooling ourselves. We are serious in what we are doing. Our message
the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, humbly call on traditional rulers, aka Ndeze, town union, churches, villages, kindreds, Ndiamala, and all paternal and maternal homes to hear our voice and hear our cry in this request to please do the needful now before it is too late. We ask all the people involved to try and bury all the corpses we scatter all over Biafra land. For this one, they should say it they bring us spiritual and physical problem, and now we they suffer, we don't know. When you know the root cause of the sickness, the treatment now don't dey easy. I beg my people, now we don't sabi the cause of the sickness. IPOB don't come with the solution. The research we do show say some dead body don't dey up to 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and the death count. Now human being we go bury on a firewood. Everybody where this one concern, we IPOB they beg una, I beg. Make do something, because anybody when person start the journey, when you never reach the destination, in heart no go come down. As we never bury our people, our heart never come down. All the obnoxious high burial demands, competitions, effigy from churches, Ndiamala, Omona, in-laws, maternal and paternal homes, why they cause this delay and wahala for our people. I beg, make una try do something. Now all these things they cause in the build mortuary, like said in the build joint, church, filling station everywhere for Biafra land. I beg, mortuary, na factory, na children's amusement park. No. A stitch in time saves 9. We dey call therefore say make everybody try for 3 days when your person kaput, make una bury am. After una go do the ceremony, una go do the effigy wey follow am. Churches, traditional rulers and other people that matters, abeg make una chook mouth and chook eye and help us for this matter. Because the person when dem dey pursue cow, they call him name. If he no hold the medicine, he go hold the thing wey dey dose the cow. Now we dey call una, and the one una talk, he go stand. I beg my people, make we comot this danger, comot our people from bondage. If una no do something, we the indigenous people of Biafra under St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no go waste time to do the needful so as to remove the yoke and our people from bondage. And soonest we go begin the closure of many mortuaries for Biafra land. The only dead body when we want make it dey for mortuary, now the only one we get case where them they treat, and after they don't finish the whole thing, settle everything, make them bury am. Mortuary no be factory, mortuary no be industry, mortuary no be amusement park again, no be recreational center, no be children's park. Remember, person wey sell land burying dead body don't bury 2 cups. Sure, you never know. Now we be the owners of the land, and we don't tell you now the time to cleanse our land now. Make una do the needful. Our land go dey calm, and our ancestors go happy wherever them dey. Now the indigenous people of Biafra under St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they bring una this message. Please, our heart they bleed to save our people. Thank you.
Come to think about it, in our language there's nothing called mortuary. We don't have. Do we have a name for mortuary in any of the Biafran dialects? Speaking the truth, because it's not our custom, it's not our tradition. It's one of those evil that they brought to us. If anybody out there who's listening to me is a Biafran and he speaks any of the Biafran languages, what does mortuary mean in your own language? How do you pronounce mortuary? Because we don't have it in Igbo language. Mortuary. Mortuary is the English language. It's foreign to us. It's alien to us. We keep dead bodies and we are looking for freedom. The evil, this is evil. I'm not superstitious, but I'm telling you the truth. These bodies are supposed to be on earth. It's dust to dust. Keeping them there. Some people, they have children overseas, and so what? What are they coming to do? Somebody dies, put them on the ground. Don't keep the body there. We're sanitizing our land. So this is a very, very good thing that IPOB is trying to do, because I'm happy that our people are waking up to reality. There are people who don't indulge in things like this. Also, it's painful, it's annoying, but something, that dead body you are looking, that thing you are burying is not the person that you know. That real person has left that jacket. What you have there is just a jacket that we are putting on the ground. An old retired jacket. I might be wrong, but I'm telling you the truth. If you get to a certain age, you start seeing that, realizing that this thing called death is not just the end. No, it's just the beginning in a way. The beginning of a new cycle, a new life. That's why some people say transition. They don't call it death. Transition, they're transiting. They're moving from one level to another. You want to believe it, you don't want to believe it, it doesn't matter. It's whether we believe it or we not, it's not going to change anything. The truth will always remain the truth. So, if somebody passes on, if a body of your beloved one, it's hard to move on, but you have to move on. The sooner you move on, the better for you. The sooner you want to live to forget, remember the person the way you knew him, as good as he was. Yes, memory is quite good, but don't dwell on it by keeping the body, because the body is not going to wake up. By the time you go and look at it, you won't even, I don't even know how people can go to the mortuary to look at dead bodies, because most of those things, they don't look like people that you know. Even no matter how much they try to prepare them, I try to avoid putting my eye on cups, to be honest with you. I want to remember the person the way I know him or her, not the way I see her lying there as a firewood, as like my brother rightly said. That's what it is. It's a firewood. It's not a human. It's not a human being anymore. The mortuary attendants might make it look so beautiful and clean up and put on some makeups and all that, but it's not the same. Nobody wants to see things like that. I don't want to see it, not because I don't love the person, but I love the person and I know what he looks like. I can close my eyes and visualize what the person looks like. But seeing the person lying on that bed, when you visualize this, that's what you'll be seeing all your life, and I don't want to see that. So this is a very, very important announcement for our people. So please do the rightful thing and stop all these things. Because the mortuary, this thing called mortuary, like I said before, is not in our language. It is not our thing. It's the white man that brought it to us. He brought it to us, and we picked it up, and then we are doing it more than them that brought it.
In the Bible, Pharaoh was mocking God. Who is this your God? God, sit down. When Moses told Pharaoh that Elohim said, let my people go, he refused. He said, it's nonsense. They are talking rubbish. Are you not here? Are you not our servants here? It's something they're saying. Are you don't people have shops here selling motor spare parts? Are you people not the ones doing trading here? How can God come to save you people? And I said to them many years ago, Elohim said, let my people go. And I went on to add, if you do not let us go, Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. I made it very clear. I don't believe in stupid prophetic pronouncement. Very clean and clear. Somalia will be better than the zoo called Nigeria. If you don't let our people, if you don't let the children of God go, God will visit his anger. People don't know. As I told Britain something. Regardless of their first world state, I said to Britain, if you continue to meddle into the affairs of Biafra, God will divide Britain into pieces. Will cut Britain into pieces. But your pride, you will know it is because of Biafra. But your pride will not allow you to come out to say publicly it is because of Biafra. God will destroy Britain. Before all the whole world, you will see it. Now they have realized their mistakes, that they are going back. Little by little, of course.
God will destroy Nigeria beyond redemption. Many of you shouting one Nigeria, you're going to die. Many of you will die. Because of that one Nigeria, you're going to die. Write it down. Don't misquote me. Write it down. I said, all of you championing one Nigeria, prominently, you are all going to die. Not only are you going to die, your race, your lineage, your family will be wiped out from the face of this land. Your name will be gone. Write it down tonight. Today's date is the 9th day of May 2021. Write it down on a piece of paper. All of you are going to perish. And I am bringing a curse upon every pastor who will ever open his stupid stinking mouth to talk about one Nigeria. Shame shall befall you. If shame doesn't befall you, you will not worship Almighty God in heaven, and Him alone, and no other. You will not worship idol. I don't worship idol. You know that very well. Because anybody talking about one Nigeria is a child of Lucifer. If you talk about one Nigeria, you are a child of Lucifer. That means there is no God inside you. If there is God inside you, how can such a thing be happening in Nigeria now? How is that possible? How is that possible? I'm asking you. And you claim you're a child of God, you couldn't say it. Some of them claim we are children of God, we are this, we are that, we are prophets. You could not see, you couldn't have predicted. You are only coming up now to say, oh, don't worry, Nigeria will not break. Nigeria is not going to break. Nnamdi cannot break Nigeria. Someday Ipob cannot break Nigeria. Did I tell you I was going to break Nigeria? God will destroy Nigeria because His glory cannot be taken by man. Some of these stupid, idiotic prophets claim they are prophets. They're like Pharaoh. They're even worse than Pharaoh. They read Bible. They claim they are Bible scholars. They read the Bible, but they don't understand what the Bible is talking about. Because they worship the God of Mammon, the God of money. Tithes and offerings, that's all they're interested in. Private jets and flashy cars. They're not even ashamed. Do you know, as the leader of Ipob, I am ashamed to drive a car. Do you know why I'm ashamed to drive a car? Because people are contributing money towards a project of this magnitude. When I have a car, when people give me a car, I begin to feel ashamed of myself. I'm driving a car. Even when you buy jet, you're not even ashamed of yourselves. You are not even ashamed that the poor people who are contributing this money, they are contributing it because thinking they will go to heaven, thinking you pray for them, there will be a miracle. If you people claim there's a miracle, pray for miracle not to happen in Nigeria. You've been praying for many years. The more churches you open, the more mega auditoriums you build, the more Friday night you have, the more bandits are taking over your villages. Don't you understand it? Pharaoh made the same mistake, and God will use Nigeria and Britain as an example to the whole world that Biafrans are His children. By the time the anger of God is done upon Nigeria, believe you me, oh God, if you see a Biafran, you start running. You are about to see hell in the zoo called Nigeria. Some of them in Nigerian army and in Nigerian police in the east, looking for who to kill. Whereas their village is gone, Kebbi State is finished, is gone. Their stupidity is only matched by the idiocy of Yoruba media houses, their journalists, and their mega rich pastors. These three groups of people in Yoruba land. And my happiness today is that there are vibrant, young, energetic Yoruba men, even older ones, like Akintoye, men who are vibrant, coming out to fight like men for their freedom. Ignoring the fools and the buffoons on the pulpit. Very wicked and malicious men and women. All they care about is money. They claim they are pastors and they are prophets. They cannot see anything. They can't even see their backside. They cannot see anything. Every year you pray for Nigeria. Every year Nigeria gets worse and you claim you're a prophet. Every time. Every year you're praying. Let us pray for our country. Let us pray for Nigeria now. Before you finish praying, your church is on fire. Bandits are taking over your village. Fulani from Sahel are behaving and massacring people. The next Sunday, let us pray for Nigeria. You don't even God is sending you a message that the prayer points you're presenting before him, he doesn't want it, yet he cannot hear. I thank God for the Adams or Ghanaian Adams of this world. I thank God for the Akintoyes of this world. I'm telling you the truth. Because if not for Yoruba agitators, the world will think we are mad. Why do you want to leave Nigeria? But now that Yoruba also wants to leave, Middle Belt also wants to leave, they will now know that we are not mad anymore. That our brain is correct. You don't know that? They now know that our brain is correct. These are the things you must understand. These are the things you must follow religiously and studiously for you to appreciate the miracle that God is doing. What is happening in Nigeria now is a miracle from God in heaven. God is about to destroy Nigeria beyond recognition. You have people that claim they are the men of God lying. They are holding the Bible and they are lying. If Nigeria is meant to be good, how come things are getting worse every blessed year? Just explain that to me, please. Explain to me. Tell me why people you claim are foreigners are in your country with AK-47 kidnapping you and you're paying ransom. You're not even ashamed of yourselves to say that Nigeria will get better anymore. How come those who are shouting every day territorial integrity, you are there and it is being breached on a daily basis and you cannot do anything? 200 million people cannot remove one corrupt terrorist minister. 200 million people, and you're telling me that you're a nation, you're a country. Shame on all of you.
Oh boy, this is a very strong message. Very, very extremely strong. I'm listening to this and I'm just carried away. I'm carried to the I don't know. Let me not say anything, but I was taken away. I'm driven away, and my spirit is not here. Where I'm sitting down, I'm somewhere else, and I'm thinking, why can't listen to a very good question? Every day you're praying. God is strong. The divine, the super consciousness, no matter what you call it, give it a name, call it whatever you want. It's very powerful and he knows the truth. If Nigeria will be good, I'm praying, we're fasting, we're doing this. It's getting worse and worse, my brother. It's no improve. Tell yourself the truth that things are not getting better. No. A friend of mine called me from Lagos yesterday and I was complaining about my brother. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know what it is, 77, what is that 1,000, you know, when they're carrying their 1,000. Because the price of things are going up. All I tell my brother is exactly what I've been saying over the air. Change that naira into something else. If it doesn't, even if it's Somalia money, you want to change it to I'm telling you honestly, put it somewhere. Because this is a money that has no value. You cannot put a value on it. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And people are praying every day and, fasting and praying, and God is going to help us. I tell you that God gives you everything, but what he does not do is do something physically for you. He will only give you a sign that it is time to run away. I'll tell you a Kabbalistic story that somebody passed. I read it in a book actually. Here's this man, a very righteous man, a praise, very, very strong, and there was flood. So when the flood came in, he was taking people were packing their things and running, and he was there. He said, no, my God is very strong, nothing will happen to me. Then eventually there was a boat that he saw people were running on, because now the flood water has gone up. He refused to get in the boat. Now the thing got to a point he had to climb on his roof, and a helicopter came in there. They said, no, I'm not going to go. And then eventually he got drowned. And people are asking, this man is a righteous man. How come God didn't save him? God said to them, you are foolish. Who do you think sent the boat? Who do you think sent the helicopter? I'm not going to come here and pick you up and put you in the helicopter. No, the choice is yours. God has given us enough sign to know that that thing called Nigeria is useless and hopeless. That is a structure that needs to be destroyed. Not the people. I am talking about the structure. I am not saying that people have to be destroyed. When we say we want Biafra, we are not saying that Nigerian people should all die. No. It's only an idiot that will start thinking that this is what we are talking about. The structure is what we are talking about, not the individuals. Nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody. Our fathers that passed, go ask our ancestors, call about Nigeria. They will tell you, what is that? What does it really mean? Because they never saw anything called Nigeria. So they know that such a thing doesn't exist, but God gives us the sign. Once in a while, Pharaoh, let us talk about something that we read in the Bible, which there are people who know the Bible. I don't know it very well, but there was a Pharaoh, Moshe, that wanted his people to go, and Pharaoh said no. Not until the people drowned. Even after they drowned, believe me sincerely, if you give them a chance, they will come back again and continue. So the point I'm trying to make is that God does not come and do anything physically for you. He gives you a sign of what is to come. The choice is yours. You always have that free will, that thing they call free will. When I know that free will is just a talk, because none of us have free will. We don't will anything. We just there. Things happen to us and we think it's our will. It's just like what is happening in somebody said, okay, what of those who pray and people get well? I said, because it's not their time yet. That's why they even agreed to go to be prayed for. Because somebody whose time is here, he not go to church to pray or to go to hell with you and your prayer. He will still go. But those that God have said, okay, I want to give you a chance. You are the one that will even accept that somebody can pray for you. We have people that have come into the world to save us. The likes of Mazi Nnamdi, who is talking and shouting. Tell me everything that you are listening to. If you are an objective person and your heart is clean, he does not have a church. He is not praying that you should come to his church. Even though he is qualified to have a tithe, nobody is paying the tithe. But he's still walking. The choice to believe or accept what he's saying is yours. I said it before and I'm saying it again. He never asked any of us members of IPOB to join him. Go talk to a particular IPOB person and tell me one that will come out and say he approached him to come and join. No. It's one-man band. We had a one-man band. You know, when things are not, a keyboard player will just keep keyboard there and hit the drum machine and the keyboard and start playing and singing. So he's a one-man band. Nnamdi Kanu is a one-man band. That's how he started. He came and thought he was going to make it with he joined Masop because he had ideas. Realizing that Masop was not going to work for him, he came out and created the indigenous people, a name that stuck. Even though there was a man who was claiming that he's the one that started it. And we said, okay, why don't you go and exchange place with him in jail? Because since Nnamdi Kanu did not start IPOB, you are the leader of IPOB. Go to tell the police, you know something? That man in there it's my fault. It's me that started it. People are just running their mouth and talking nonsense. He started IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. I mean, he gave it a right name. And never forced anybody to come in. They castigate him. Some people talk about, we have been doing these things since, how can he come and usurp everything? He's not usurping anything. From the beginning, he said it. If you think I'm not doing it well and you are going to do it better, please go ahead, come out and do it. Bring us Biafra. That's all we want. They have tried. They have blackmailed. They have done everything in their power to bring this thing. But every day it is growing. You can't challenge the spirit. You can't. Every day it is growing and will never stop growing. No matter how much you castigate him, no matter how much you try to make it look like he's the man from hell, he is trying to save you. When he said Nigeria will be worse than Somalia, is it not getting worse? Somalia now, I don't even know how they are, but I know that to me, the way things are in the zoo today is getting worse, believe me sincerely. And it's never going to get better. It is not going to change tomorrow. Some people, they will bring people that will come and change the place. Well, we're not saying that they should not try to change the place, but they should try, they should do their best, because it's a waste of time. We have a government, we have a people that have come not to build on their people, but to make sure that they destroy. That destruction is what is holding us today, and it will keep on holding us. It's not going to change. We are not going to let it change because we know the truth. The British people, they are the ones that are really championing this boat through the help of the Fulani people. Because if Britain steps aside, what is Fulani? Fulani, they are cow rearers, they have no brain. Biafra will stay on its own. Britain is afraid of Biafra being a realization, because they are the people that have failed and don't want to, tell the world that they have failed. Don't want to. That is, when you cough, you're looking around. If there's anybody, if you don't say, you just swallow it because you're ashamed of throwing it out of your mouth. So the British people have failed. Their father, their ancestor, whatever they call him, Lord Lugard, failed in his quest. Now they are struggling to stay, to become, to manifest or show the world that we are Great Britain. That word "great" has left you guys long time ago. You are still dwelling on I was this, I was that. In those days, people will say, come and talk a story of what the achievement that they made, but we are talking about now. You are now, the word "great" has left you guys. You are looking for a stooge, you have found one. Because for me, Peter Obi is a stooge. It's a British property. We are going to go back to the same thing. I'm going to back on the face. Just watch. You are going to go into real bad one. And they put 8 years, you think 8 years is somewhere. It's right at the corner. They will come in, whoever is as if he will ever win anywhere. Because I don't see him winning. I don't see Fulanis giving up. Unless they have a plan. I go to him before, say, why must his deputy be a Fulani man? Why must he go to the grave side of Osman Danfodio or whatever to go and pray? That's okay. He can do whatever he wants to do. It's an individual. But we are Biafrans. And what we are going to get is Biafra. No matter what they do. The British have tried. And they will keep on trying. They're not going to give up. No. Until their country is cut into pieces, according to our leader. Their doomsday that is happening to them, and it will keep on happening to them. It is never going to change, no matter what they do.
Britain facilitated the massacre of up to 3 million people in Nigeria in the 1960s, and there are people alive today who remember its impact.
How can you forget a massacre? How can you be alive during the time of a bloody genocide, survive it, and forget? No.
American professor Uju Anya was born in Nigeria, and her family survived a war that was sponsored by the British Empire.
Queen Elizabeth II, before she died, never once openly acknowledged what her government did on her behalf, in her name, to prop up her crown and to pad her coffers and her royal treasury, and never once said sorry.
Dr. Anya was born in 1976 in the aftermath of this war.
So what I saw was kind of the bombed out buildings and the reconstruction projects, and of course the conversations around the dinner table. My mom was pregnant during this war and running from village to village to escape the massacre.
Like so many conflicts, the roots of this war can be traced back to colonial rule. In 1914, the British Empire forcibly merged 400 different ethnic groups and tribes to create its largest colony at the time, Nigeria. Take a look at this news report during the Queen's royal tour in the 1950s.
These and many others marched slowly past the royal pavilion in salute to the Queen. Never before had such a magnificently comprehensive tribute been witnessed in Nigeria.
Even after Nigeria gained independence in 1960, there were still people who felt they didn't want to be a part of this newly formed country. This desire to create the breakaway state of Biafra would set off a civil war that lasted nearly 3 years.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on! Heroes of our fatherland! Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader!
In response, the Nigerian government imposed a blockade on Biafra, which cut off all food supplies to the area. In living rooms across the world, people watched news clips lives of children with bloated bellies and sunken eyes.
3 million civilians were massacred, and they were done so using guns and bombs and supplies provided by the British government, at which Queen Elizabeth II was head.
You see, Britain had a stake in this. It backed the Nigerian government because it wanted to protect the oil investments that happened to be in Biafra's territory. This brutal legacy is another reason why the British monarchy and the Queen in particular have become symbols for many black and brown people around the world of colonial oppression.
These are not just statues, these are not just figureheads, these are direct beneficiaries of centuries of abuse. Human enslavement, exploitation, extraction of natural resources, political destruction and devastation, and till today, continued meddling in African affairs. Listen to us, read and learn, and join us when we ask the British government to recognize what they did to aid and support the Biafra genocide.
They will never do that. These people are evil. I'm telling you. I'm giving you something to think about this morning. Listen to this. Only a Satan, only a non-human will listen to this and still go to these same called British people. They are still there. They have not gone. I told you, Satan will always hide himself. You know, he created himself and he's there somewhere. He's making you believe that he does not exist. No, he does exist. Call him by its name and it's going to leave you alone. Call Satan. Just tell him, Satan, I know you are here. I know you are here. I know you are the creator of this problem. Then he will leave you alone. But if you keep on believing that he's not there, he's going to remain there. The British government, the witch that just died, the Queen Elizabeth, who has handed over to his son, who is going to be a demon too, because the demons beget demons. A demon cannot have a saint as a child. The one that couldn't stand them has left, married this American woman is somewhere, because he cannot deal with this. Why did they kill their mother? That was the same thing that killed Diana. She saw it and said, well, this is evil. How can I live in this place? Because she was bold enough to talk, they made sure they got her life taken off. The same people. These same people are the people that P2B will go and raise his hand and have them support what he's doing. It's okay to try to keep Nigeria one for them, yes. But he has to realize that we are, and I already made it very clear, I'm not trying to be a Nigerian because I'm a Biafran. No, he is not. He's trying to be a one Nigerianist because he thinks he can become a stooge for the British people. We are not stupid. I saw it from the beginning. As I tell you that Biafrans, we see the end in the beginning. We always see that. The tunnel might look dark, the convoluting. People might think that anything here. No, at the end, we'll see the truth. The moment a man went to Great Britain, came out of number 10 Downing Street, and declared he was going to run for Nigerian presidency, I just said to myself, Ofia, another Afonja. Afonja is on the side. Then the Britain made themselves very conspicuous, trying to show the world that this thing we created that is killing everybody is still real. No, it is not real anymore. The world has known. The world has moved on. They may not say anything today, but you know something? Time will tell. A beautiful song by one of my friends. Time will tell. Time will always tell you, hey, you are not right. The truth will always prevail no matter how much you try to subject it or subdue it. It will always remain there, staring you on the face. Our problem is not just Fulani alone. It's the Fulani people with the British people. The divide and rule tactics that they adopted, they have done it over and over, and they are still struggling. They have not given up yet. But our leader said something that is very remarkable. He said one day they will say, take this your Biafra and go and leave us alone. That's the prophecy we're waiting for. It's going to happen, whether they like it or they don't like it, because we are resolute. We know what we want. We are IPOB. By the time we are done with them,
our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken,
yes,
not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
Of course, when we say something we want, we need it. All right, let's see what we're going to do right now. I'm going to open up the lines for you to make your calls. If you want, if you have anything to say in regards to what we're saying this morning, please do so. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The number here is 646-920-4541. 845-344-7984. And 929-406-9953. Somebody inboxed me yesterday. He said to me, the way you announce these numbers, you say them so fast that we're not able to write them down. Say next time before you say the numbers, please tell us to pick up our pens and our papers. I said, okay, I will do that. So better pick up your pen and your paper and write down the number is 646-920-4541. Have you written that? Okay. Let me repeat the number is 646-920-4541. All right. Then the next one is 845-344-7984. That number is on WhatsApp, so does not cost you too much money to make that call. And then they have a call line for the principal officers and the ladies, but it doesn't mean that they cannot use any of the lines though. But they are dedicated a line to them at 929-406-9953. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Like I said before, our quest is freedom. There is nothing anybody can do to stop us. The British have tried, they will try, they keep on trying. They are not going to ever stop trying. We know that. I have a call coming in on WhatsApp line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, Shalom. Mazi Iyke Peters, our great veteran.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. I greet all Biafrans all over the world. I greet you so much, and our radio anchors. Thank you so much. May Elohim be your strength. Yes. About Peter Obi's ambition to be the Nigerian president. I'm sorry. My name is Chinemerem. I'm calling from my location. So he went to UK, and immediately he went to UK. Was in PDP. He changed his party platform to Labour. He even left. They even told him that he will not even try. That he will not even try to go to the particular political party where he was governorship in Anambra State. He even told him. He left there and went to Labour. The presidential seat.
Yeah, there's a problem in your line. I think somebody's trying to either get in. Just rush it because you're using WhatsApp and people are interrupting your call. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So they can even give him the seat, but the only thing there is that he will be getting everything, all the other from Fulani. So far, they failed Jonathan. No one outside Fulani person will rule this country without getting order, direction from them. And unfortunately, he's even running it. He's a Fulani man. So, what are we talking about? The only thing we need is our freedom, our referendum. Shalom, Mazi Iyke Peters.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You know, having a running mate, it's like you're moving in the front and you have Satan with a knife, a jackknife on your back that could take you out anytime. We know that. It's pure common sense. Because I asked a question, a friend of mine whom we always talk together, is trying to convince me. In fact, he's filling up my WhatsApp with stories of people who are campaigning for this man. How can you be very different from them? I said to him, you know something? The crowd doesn't really mean anything. In fact, the wider the road, the more dangerous. If the road is very narrow and it's only one person that passes through it at a time. People that pass through that hole at a time are people who are prepared for the truth. For those of you who are follow me anywhere I go, follow me, you are wasting your time. As our leader said something, he said when you want to know how to, ogene is like a native gong, that you should look at the tail of the bird when it's flying, Ugo, because that's exactly what the tail looks like. Look at what happened to your ancestors. You think overnight British people will want you? Okay, they told him what to do. Put a Fulani man behind you. That man is going to stab you and take over office as usual. What have the killing stopped? Are the Fulanis killing people anymore? No. People are doing campaign. They are there. They are waiting. Okay. When Peter will be coming, our brother is the next to him. Our brother will take him out, even if it's nothing else. Don't tempt the devil to tempt you. That's what they say. And you are trying God, but when it happens, you say, we told you. We always say the truth in Radio Biafra, and that's the way it is. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good afternoon from here. Good afternoon, my beloved brother. May Chukwu Kabema bless you. Continue to give you the wisdom and understanding that anytime you come in this hallowed platform, you keep on preaching the gospel of truth without mixing words. The same greetings also go to Ipobians all over the world, most especially our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who made this platform available for Biafrans all over the world to gather to listen every blessed day, the way forward to make sure we restore Biafra. Chukwu Kabema, please continue to guide this your son. Protect him from every danger, from every hands of the evil ones, and from all evil doers.
Yes, sir.
Most especially, release him for us in no due time that he will rejoin us. Together, we must continue to fight with him until Biafra is being restored. Yes, sir. Mazi Iyke, I've listened to what our brothers are saying, but the truth about it is that many who don't know what we are fighting for, I must be honest with you, I cannot say that they are still sleeping. This is completely something they are doing intentionally, because they themselves, inside them, they know that there is nothing you can do about Nigeria that can be correct. The country has destroyed to the extent that there is no how you can repair it. It doesn't matter. Even these days, they bring Jesus to Nigeria, they will corrupt him. Believe me, if Jesus failed to be corrupt, they will kill him. The man himself who came to teach how we can be able to live a good life, how we can be able to do things that will make our life to look reasonable. Bring that the same Jesus to the zoo. These politicians, if Jesus himself refused to be corrupt, they will kill him anyhow, they will kill him. A country whereby Satan himself have made up his mind to carry his bag and run away and said, if I continue to stay here, they will kill me. Tell me, how can somebody telling me that you are going to repair a foundation that is already collapsed? Nigeria is a collapsed country, so there is nothing anybody can tell us in this quest of freedom we are fighting that can make us to change our mind. It is either Biafra or Biafra or Biafra. If they like, let them take it. If they don't like, let them continue to do what they are doing. But at the end of the day, the same Nigeria they are talking about will keep on killing them. We'll be hearing how they'll be, because Nigeria is either you are there, become a dead body, or you run away from that place and begin to scavenge for your life, or you stay there, they will kill you. Everything about Nigeria is dead. It's a country whereby the politicians and the so-called presidency don't even care about the citizen. They don't care. All they do is to fight, to loot, at the end of the day, they will go to Dubai, buy their houses. Their children is schooling in one of the best schools all over the world. But in the same country, they're called one Nigeria. People are suffering. There's no light. There's no good road. There's no pipe water to clean water to drink. There is no good hospitals. Nothing. People are suffering every blessed day. But the same people, look, Mazi, I begin to wonder, what happened to these people? Are they normal? Somebody who trying to destroy your own life, you will still come out and stay online and say you want that person to be your president. People can say campaign for Atiku. People can say campaign for Tinubu. People can, even the so-called obituary, they are pulling up and down. Can he make Nigeria a better place? The truth is no, because even his vice president, even his vice, cannot even allow him to work. If he do no, they will use that December to kill him. Fulani owns Nigeria, whether they like it or not. Even the day they were interviewing this criminal called Tinubu, he said he came for question and answer. The soundboard, or I don't know what the flyer or the billboard that was at the background of where he was talking that nonsense was the picture of old man Danfodio. They didn't hide it. They put his picture bold for everybody to see that this country belongs. Their grandfather or their forefather Ottoman Danfodio said this country called Nigeria belongs to them, given to them by British. So they make bold to tell you, even when the other idiot was asking Peter Obi a question, he was asking Peter Obi a question like a kid. Come and assure us that if you become president tomorrow, you are going to be a Nigeria. I'm tired of and sick about this country called Nigeria. Earlier the better the people should know it. And if they don't do something about it, to join us in this freedom we are fighting for. We are here. Radio Biafra is made it is an eternity. We will be here, looking at them how they're going to die in 2023 because they're going to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
People will die for nothing's sake. Dying for people that will have already loot up your lives and the life of your family. May Chukwu Kabiyama continue to bless us. We must continue to fight until we restore Biafra. Thank you for giving me this.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much. All right, like we said before, I keep saying it over and over. There's nothing they do. They are wasting their time. They are going to die. Our people are going to die. There's no doubt about it. Just go there and start fooling yourself and trying to keep on Nigeria. Because our leader said it this morning in that short clip that I played, that anybody who's advocating to keep Nigeria one is surely going to die. He's not putting a curse on anybody. The choice is yours. Whether you want to advocate for it or not, you have your choice. So they are going there to start to do the impossible. These are things that, like my brother just said, Usman Danfodio for them is their father that conquered Nigeria, and Nigeria belongs to them. We have no objection to that, but what we are saying that Usman Danfodio will tell you that Biafra land doesn't belong to you. You can't do anything to us. Do what you have to do, but Biafra, something, Biafra land, indigenous people of the Biafra will always survive. You will kill. It's either Biafra or we all perish, because you can't take our land. They tried. Did you notice that they tried to create IDPs in our home? It's not going to happen. IDPs cannot be created in our home because we are the children of God. We know what we want. Let me take a call coming in. Caller, good morning. Principal Officer's line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my veteran. Good afternoon from Poland. This is Mazi Iyke. There was sir.
Welcome to the program. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome again today. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The members of Shibu Plezwanya, of course, Hana Fena Yola, etc. Hana Banyadia, and all his Muslim, the Mifo, men and women of all over the world. We will continue to appreciate all of you, especially this our leaders that are doing wonderfully well. We love them. Yeah, Mazi, you see, whatever we are talking borders on sabotage.
Yeah.
And why I came purposely for this line now, I want you to go viral, very, very viral. And I want our people to make sure, record it and send it to them. Because Mazi, you see, the atrocities and whatever that is happening to us is from our own people everywhere in Biafra land. And all Kachando, now they are so called on the Igbo speaking side.
Yes.
Mazi, when you go to Oka North, the Igbo of Oka North, by name Sonny Walked. This is the man that are bringing the Zoo military, the Ebubagos, making sure that he is arresting every IPOB member in that place, even the communities. This man actually all the youth in that place, because he want to use IPOB to get power, like Hope was a demon. This man called Igwe Sonny Walked. I will put his number, and I will make sure I send his pictures where necessary so that he can go viral. This man is making sure that nobody stays in that Achala or cannot. He's selling land. He's taking people's property at all costs because he has power. Together with his chief of security. His chief security is Metu Owa. He's using this man to terrorize. When they capture our young men, young boys, they hand them to the military and the Abubag. He has brought the Abubag time and time to that community, and people started calling, giving information. But every little thing, now he's bringing a bag, all these soldiers, the Fulanis, our enemies into our land. And don't forget, Achala in particular, have a lot of resources. They have a lot of land. This one had a Tobuiko. So I will bring his number here, and I will call the number. We want to, the whole IPOB as all over the leadership. Let people continue to call this man and his chief security, Chief Metuwa. Now let me call you back. Let me bring out the number, please. Very, very important, and we tag it everywhere. His name. I'll come back now in 2 minutes, please, sir. Please, sir.
All right, come back with his number, and then we'll give you a call. Take your call again. You know, this sabotage is something that is following us. It didn't start with us. It started even with the children of Israel when they were living, when they were going to their promised land. They had sabotage. There were Jibril and his brother. There's somebody, I don't know the story of the Bible, but they were the people that after they looked for Moses for a while and they found out that Moses had gone to prayer and they didn't see him anymore. For they started agitating, they started grumbling. How can he bring us here and leave us at least the way we were before? We were eating ewedu, and according to Tinubu, there's a food he said they'll be eating. We were eating that, we were able to, and then this man brought us here and left us and abandoned us. They started taking the gold of their women and molding them and creating a new god for themselves and all that. That's exactly what is going on with us. It's not different. It's just Bible repeating itself. If somebody can go to his own community and bring in people to kill his community's people and thinks he's going to survive it, if Satan has come into him, something is making him do what he's doing, and that something is pretending as if he's not there. Because Satan, when he wants to walk, like I tell you, will always hide himself, make it look like it's you that is doing it, but he's the one that is making you do what you're doing, because he's the one doing it, not even making you. You are two separate. You know, the Bible, when it's okay, now my call, I'll come back. Let me take this one. And all right, my brother, good morning. Welcome back.
Yeah, Mazi, this is correct again, once again. The telephone number of this Igwe Sonny Metu Walked, Igwe of Achala in Oka North. His telephone number is 0810, for those of them in Biafra land, 0810 959 8589. But if you are coming from there, so you know what to do. Plus 234 810 959 8589. Igwe Sonny Worked, Igwe of Achala. Achala is in Oka North. And his chief security Metuwa number is 080 63 68 33 74. If you are calling from that, so you know what to do. Plus 234 80 63 68 33 74. This is people in Achala, Okanot, that are selling our people and selling our land equally to Fulanis. This is why it's becoming the community, because Mazi, this place, every time they are calling from there, if you see the way Nama is going there, they will call, I will do the needful. The next day they repeat. We never knew that this Igwe and this is chief security that is bringing them. And he's selling our land to these people. Let people from Okako, they will tell you every time they are calling from there. If you see the way Nama is going there, they will call, I will do the needful. The next day they repeat. We never knew that this Igwe and this is chief security that is bringing them. And he's selling our land to these people. Let people from Okako, they will tell Sonny Worked, Igwe Achala, Okama. And his chief security, Metuwa, yes sir.
Okay.
In Oka North.
That's good.
Thank you, Ndewo, sir.
Ndewo, thank you so
much.
Thank you, sir. For the information. And Biafrans, I'm urging you out, IPOB out there, to give this man a call. I will try to call him too myself from the radio. One day I'm going to embarrass him by putting him on air, so he will start to come here and try to defend himself as usual. Because like I told you, if you tell Satan that you know he is there, that's when he will leave you alone. If you don't attack Satan, he will never give up. No, he will always harass you. But the moment he realizes that you know that he is the one doing what he's doing, trust me, he will leave you alone. So Igwe Achara, Igwe Sonny Worked, we are going to give you a call one day. And now, whether you're listening or not, I know there are people out there. If you don't try to change your phone number, because it's not going to solve it, you will have to keep on changing anyway. Because if you change it to get a new number, we're still going to get it. We have our men that are on the ground. Now make sure that they get this number. We're going to call you and we're going to talk to you. We're going to tell you we know what you are doing, and it is very, very unacceptable. We are Biafrans. All we are questioning for is our freedom. We are not fighting anybody. It's an individual. But if you think that you can mess with us, well, we will tell you that we are not a push around. We are Biafrans, and we are fighting for our freedom. No matter, we are fighting. When I say fighting, I'm not using the word in a violent way. I'm using the word fighting, struggling. If that would make you feel more comfortable, we are peaceful. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, that's what we are. We are going to get our results, no matter what you do. How are we going to get it? Our microphone is always open. Our people are there. Radio Biafra is talking 24/7. We have intelligent and dedicated people that will always speak on radio, calling just the way you guys are calling. When you call in, we are taking your information and you're speaking to the entire world. I'll take a very short break and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned, don't go away.
Come easy, please, I don't come again, you know.
And the tones the big lord.
Oh, come Mr. The success. Mama Yapa and the microphone. You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what you do, tell me what you see, tell me what you see, tell me what you know. When we talking na patu referendum. Makanifele meluma wanana bako mayami. Oh you see, I have to go for long. We don't become slave for long. Back in the days, you know what's up. But because of Uru, the photos come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. Then spend so much money just to congolate. Ndiya agony, ndiya sugo. Success in one way, a typically go man. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 You don't tell me to fight for this freedom. To walk it up on my eye, go rescue your children. Even if I can't say, oh, I never make we know many all these politicians so. No, my never just come around, no promise us heaven and earth. Oh, no go see anything after the election. No election in Biafra land. We go sit at home that day. Make you no forget it's the princess success you have your partner no son. Nnamdi Kanu chukuga gozi ringi. Biafra de motherland chukuga gozi rimono. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom.
All right, I'm back again and sit caller. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwemana. I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again for your topic this morning. I greet my leader, our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the man that set up this platform to expose all the evil thing that is going on in the whole world, mostly in Nigeria. Honestly, I don't know where to start. One thing is this: anybody that is not listening to history of his people, I don't have regard to the person. From the beginning of one Nigeria, Nnamdi was the person that is struggling to build one Nigeria. When the Hausas or the Northerners say, Azikiwe said that they will wait for the Northerners to be ready. And here, Azikiwe ended up his time. During the time of Aguirensi struggle to unite Nigeria, and Aguirensi was killed on the process. Today is P2B. P2B cannot learn from the past history of Nigeria. It is very, very bad. Ndị Igbo say Amambo Otulugwe, Ababo Otulugwe, Obugwe Kapirako. What is happening to Igbo race in Nigeria is unbelievable. And if anybody like P2B is still struggling to hand Igbo people, to hand Biafra to British, the agent of Satan on earth, well, P2B, remember that after rain there will be sun. One thing in the black people is one thing. The black man doesn't think about death. Death is undermost that one day somebody will not be here anymore. But we want to have you put down for unborn generation. If you can think above life and you go to the other side, that is the death, that is the history, you will think, you will realize that one day it will be your turn. Then what have you left for the living? Very important. If the black people are taking over to that area, you cannot be spiritual by this time of Nigeria. You can never. There was a clip we play here where our leader is talking about religion and what they did. Everything about Nigeria is evil. God created man to use his brain, his eyes, his hand, everything God has given to you to build up yourself, your country. God did not, no country that God is building is human being, government is building a country. But in the case of Nigeria, everything about Nigeria is prayer, praying. You are praying for 62 years. You say that you have independence. Everything about Nigeria has been collapsed from A to Z. If you are listening to the history that is coming out from Radio Biafra by the Dr. I don't know. This man, if you are listening to his clip, you will understand what will happen to our people in the north. Just imagine if you are living in Europe or in America or anywhere you are living. Let's assume something happened. Somebody go to the radio and announce that so people should come to airport or should come to anywhere so that they will evacuate to their place. And you happily bring your children, your wife, and go to that place and you are killed. How do you feel? If you can listen to that history and you are Igbo man and you cannot change up to that extent, you are not a human being. You are not deserved to be a human being. Because that thing, when that thing happened, we are very small. We hear the story according to that time, but this time we hear it in a full way, which every human being who read that history supposed to reason, to know now he is alive. He will do everything humanly possible to see that our both generation will not suffer for what they have, we are suffering up to today.
Thank you.
Nnamdi Kanu have done enough for Biafra, for Igbo race. But it's late for you to do the right thing. Now you are alive, because a day will come where you be no more. The money you collected will be a cost to you and your family. To this, because some of you are feeling that you are cheating Nnamdi Kanu or you are cheating Ipob. But your name is sorry.
Thank you.
That is why you are black man. You are fool at 40, which is fool forever. Thank you, Mazi Peter.
All right.
All hail Biafra.
Thank you very much. All hail Biafra. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541-845, 344-7984-929-406-9953. And a reminder about calling the Igwe Oka Achala, Oka North, Ige Mwokedi, Sonny Mwokedi, Igwe Naza Sonny. I don't know how is that this one. Igwe the answer with name. All right, plus 234-810-959-8589. Biafrans, you need to call him and tell him that we know what he's doing. Call him by his name and tell him that this is exactly why we are calling you, because we know what you are doing. And you should call the radio and defend yourself, because I'm trying to call him, but I'm going to organize the calling later today so that I can be calling him on this program. The number is 080-109-598-589. Let me repeat it. For those of you in Biafra land, or those of you who are overseas, let me give the general number. It's plus 234-810-959-8589. I have a call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon from here, Mazi Peters.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mazi Peters. My name is Sammy Chris. I'm calling from Italy.
Welcome.
Mazi, thank you, Mazi. A long time. It has been a very long journey so far on this quest for Biafra restoration. And I thank Elohim and Chukwokika that we are moving to the right way, right direction. Everything is moving.
Yes.
It's a process that we must pass through for Biafra to come. This process is moving accordingly. Let me start from what our brother Okefo Nopsi said. That man called his name son or Sonne from somebody. When Biafra come, no, if you are in a traditional road, you will not have the English name at all. That's number one. We will abolish it completely. That is number one. And there's one thing I want to say, Mazi Peters. Earlier beginning of your podcast, you talk about people be going to London to sign agreement. This is the problem with Black Africans, especially West African Africans, from the onset of the colonial era to the days. That is why no leader in Africa was able to make any change to his own country or any part of Africa. Because the Europeans and America, they are one people. White people gathered themselves against the black people. And these black people wouldn't can't understand. You see the right and the handwriting on the board to understand what exactly these Europeans and America are doing to us. They structured the war that Africa must not sell a refined product, but a solid product, that is what we say, raw materials. And all these things are becoming a bridges that Europeans are trying to maintain. We say we bring away half of our oil, sell it to them, they bring it back to us, we buy food. All the residues, they used to do the asphalt, they used to do the synthetic plastic tire and all that. They have it abundantly. All we do is just we take the fuel, only the fuel back. And a lot of things are going on. Yet our black people, they say, okay, now people now have now agreed to be just to be a president of Nigeria. This is the ideology that Iyke will have that made them to allow the Fulani to take over the government, saying, okay, let us take this government from the Britain first after, then we arrange it after we put it in order. Till date, we are unable to put it in order. The same thing might be the talk of people to go there and sign agreement. Tell me, when a candidate who has not given way election, go to Britain, the analysis and sign agreement on whose behalf? On whose behalf? Who gave the consent to sign that agreement? This is the things we are supposed to understand. That there's one thing these Zoo people lack. They think that I heard some politicians talking about Nigeria because the agitation because of bad government and all. No, the agitation is not because of bad government. The agitation for me, it is the incompatibility of the value system. Yeah. That is the agitation. We don't need to get with this people because they can't change. I have gone to North and you give black, you give me a eat. When I kill my own and give you not eat, you say I'm with you there. This is an incompatibility value system that we cannot sustain. And that is our quest. Even if Nigeria are not worse than Scotland that demanded for independence. We are not worse than Spain. This is Kanu that demanded for independence. Why are they seeking for the independence? Because of the incompatibility, and not because of resources or background or infrastructure development. Anybody thinking that our quest is because of infrastructure development or imbalance of government is our quest. No. Let that person get this into its core. Our quest for Biafra, why we want to separate is because of the incompatibility of the value system. Thank you much, God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you, my dear. That's a very good message. That's proper message, honestly. Otu na onye amara ebe ni lozu na echeche boy snobber. Peter Obi ebe na abo ozu na abo. Yours I wouldn't say you don't know because you are an educated man. He must have read history. But for you to go to your enemy, the people that destroyed your family, your ancestors, to sign an agreement, because that's what it is. I went there for a meeting. What meeting? As soon as you came out of the meeting, you remember that you're going to vie for the presidency of Nigeria. And then all of a sudden, the British people are clattering behind you. The British government, they are supporting you left, right, and center. Yeah. In our Biati. Go and sit down. We know the truth. We know where you're going. And that place in AJ will you never get there. I'm telling you the truth. You're wasting your time, wasting everybody's time, because it has been set. And that onya, because I see you going in the very, 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 very wrong direction. Caller, good morning. Caller and Principal Officer's line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon to you, Mazi Iyke. My name is Desmond, and I'm calling you from Italy, Mazi. Mazi, I will just go ahead to the message as usual, just to encourage Biafrans all over the world on the need for us to continue to support our gallant men and women of the Eastern Security Network, ESN, and the defense of the land of Biafra. Because what we are doing now is we have to prepare our people for any eventualities and whatever that it is to come. Because the enemies, they are not showing any sign of doing things the right way, and also we are determined to take our freedom. We have to do everything to be free. Mazi Iyke, having said this, I want to encourage Biafrans all over the world for us to continue to support ESN, and for Biafrans in Europe and those of us in America, I will give out our numbers for us to call, and they will be directed on the appropriate channel to support ESN as usual. These numbers are approved by HODDOS, and it is from IPOB Italy, Sandra, the national coordinator of IPOB in Italy. And the first number is for Biafrans in Europe, please. The first number is +39 35100 46055. This is IPOB national coordinator number in Italy. And the second is +39 371 3044902. This is IPOB national PRA number in Italy. any of them you call, you will be directed on the appropriate channel to support ESN. Your country of domicile in Europe does not matter, because you can get them on WhatsApp and Signal. And for Biafrans in America also, I have the number for you to call. Dr. Tina, known as Dr. Money, is the name, and the number is +1 682 552 3333. I call again, +1 682 552 3333. Dr. Tina, known as Dr. Money, you are a Biafran, you are in the continent of America. You call Dr. Tina and she will direct you on the appropriate channel to support ESN. You can get her on WhatsApp or on Signal. Mazi Iyke, you see what is going on in the courts of the Zulu. An appeal court gave a judgment, and the government did not respect the judgment or refuse to adhere to the judgment to release our leader before taking other action. Then they went back to the same appeal court to apply for stay of execution of the judgment that the same appeal court give out. Isn't that funny? And the same appeal court now said you should go. I'm going to give you date of ruling. What is that? How can you say somebody should go, that an execution of a judgment you gave, that the person should wait, that you are going to communicate date of ruling, whether the judgment should be carried out or not? Where does that happen? Because what is going on in Nigeria, the whole world is seeing it, and we are calling Makarandi will see. We are calling for the world to see what is going on, because the unconditional release of our leader is our demand. The UN has told Nigeria has given Nigeria a directive to release our leader unconditionally and compensate him. And the Court of Appeal gave a judgment, even in furtherance of that judgment, telling them no court in Nigeria is able to try our leader again for any crime. So, and they are all fronting these orders arrogantly, and they are proud of it. And the world is watching, and nobody wants to call Nigeria to order. Because when we appeal to the world, we are going to defend ourselves, and we are going to do everything to take our freedom. That's what we are saying. The world should take note, and they should not feel ignorant, because this fire that Fulani is drawing, when it starts to burn, because one thing, you can determine how to start a calamity. You can be able to start up a calamity, but you don't know how it's going to affect you. Malami, the artillery of Eritrea, is not unreachable. He is reachable. Nobody in the whole world is unreachable. So people must take caution. Therefore, we must continue. All conditional use of our leader are refunded, because we take our freedom, because the time has come for us to do whatever we have to do to be free. Thank you, Mazi Iyke, and Chukadema bless you from here.
Thank you so much. All right, my opinion, you see, what these people are doing is that they are like drowning people that are trying to clutch the snake to save his life. They can do whatever they want to do. They can do play all the tactics, but you know something? Every single thing that they do, every the air that they breathe, every single gimmick that they do, the world is watching. And this is not in their favor. Each time it happens, it's our favor. It's always in our favor and will always be in our favor. I remember at the beginning when he was like, our leader told us from the beginning, he said, they are not going to talk about you. But you know something? They will eventually talk about you. Well, there's a little story. I had told this story here somewhere. I had a friend, a very little friend, tiny friend of mine, when we were small. Ebuka is his name. Ebuka was very stubborn, and he's like, they didn't know what to do with him. So one day he did something as usual. They took him outside, they locked the fence, and he was crying. And everybody was laughing on the inside. And Ebuka stopped crying and said to them, when you will cry, I too will laugh. All of you will cry. And eventually, Ebuka won, because you know something, when he stopped crying, they thought he was asleep. And they went outside to bring him in, and they found out that he had gone into the farm and cut all the corns and everything and piled them on the gate. And then when the mother came out and said, I'll say, when I go cry, me, I go, they laugh. It's exactly what is going on with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When he first came out, it was like a fulefu, a Biafra, what a fraud, that. In the end, Ufonyana said no. In the end, we have seen it happening. More will happen. Let them keep jumping from fry pan to fire and wasting their time thinking they can stop this quest. No. Just the way they cannot fix Nigeria that has spoiled beyond repair, that's the same way they cannot change what we are doing. We are Biafrans. We are resolute. We will remain resolute no matter how much they try to stop us. The more they try to stop us, the more we will always win. In the end, we will win.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred have continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone. As you all know, there is no significant Fulani presence in our land because our fathers taught us how to fight. And we are doing so today without apologies to any idiot. We're not going to apologize because we have been apologizing for nearly 50 years. And we have not gotten anywhere in terms of our collective advancement and development in the damn level zoological republic called Nigeria. That is why we must know what we're doing. And that is why anybody who is remotely interested in the affairs of our people must understand this. That we are determined. Doubly determined. 50 years, or should I say 54 years, is a very long time, and 51 years since the end of the war. But now that we have come, or should I say now that God Almighty in heaven has determined that we should come, we are not going to relent. We are not going to do anything whatsoever to jeopardize the sanctity and the holiness of this very mission. We love our people. We love every ethnic nationality that makes up Nigeria as it is presently constituted. We have no hatred towards anybody. We love peace. We love life. We love the progress of other people. But we are in a country where people hate us for no reason, where people despise us for no reason. And we can no longer go on apologizing. And Nigeria as a state, the entire Africa as a continent must acknowledge. The same way they acknowledge the genocide in Rwanda, they must rise up to acknowledge the genocide in Biafra land. Or else there will be no peace nor development in the whole of Africa. And I'm not saying it apologetically. I am stating a fact that ought to be forcefully demanded for. And Biafra itself must be restored for those who have come before us, for their sacrifice, for their courage, for their gallantry and their bravery. It is a very good thing today that one of the co-hosts here is our brother Dele, a man that I cherish and I appreciate very much. And also the very excellent work that Mazi is doing. But let us make this thing very, very clear. We were wronged by the Nigerian state, by every ethnic group in Nigeria. I know that my good friend and brother, Obadiah Mailafia, rang me and apologized a while ago for the role that they played in the massacre of Biafran people, the role that they played in aiding and abating a very unlawful invasion of Biafra land,
because all Ojukwu asked for was restructuring. The same thing we're arguing for today. Ojukwu went to Aburi to argue for restructuring. Ojukwu did not go to Aburi to declare any state of Biafra. He never went to Aburi to declare any war. Ojukwu went to Aburi so that all of us in Nigeria, including those from the Middle Belt, from the West, everywhere can have freedom. This is something we're asking for today. They twisted the narratives, they changed our history, they turned it upside down, they made us the villain. They tried to demonize our general, a man of peace, that went to Aburi in Accra to go and in Ghana to go and negotiate for peace. A peace that Britain prevailed upon go on, not to implement. But over the years we've been taught that we were the aggressors. Such nonsense can no longer hold, it can no longer obtain, and that is why, as I said earlier, unapologetically we are pursuing the freedom of Biafra, and nobody can stop us.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
All right, thank you very much. Listening.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
All right, thank you very much. This brings me to the end of today's program. All the lines have been turned off. You cannot make any more calls at this time, but stay tuned because Mazi Iyke is next. USA 1 is coming, and make sure that whatever questions you want to ask me on phone, please send them to Mazi Iyke. Still keep reminding you that Radio Biafra is where we worship. And you know something? Our religion is Biafra. Biafra is our religion. On Radio Biafra we worship. Stay tuned. Tomorrow is another day. From me to you, your host, Mazi Iyke, going on the air this time, but please don't go away. Don't go away. Radio Biafra is on 247. Next is Mazi Iyke. From me, it's goodbye.
In Biafran restoration, I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukwokika Abiyama, let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukwokika Abiyama, let your kingdom come.
therefore, the only election that makes sense in our place right now in Biafra land is a referendum. When we achieve a referendum, then all these nice things that people like Obi is talking about, how he's going to revive the economy and how he's going to put people to work, those are beautiful things to say. But for you to be able to implement those things, you have to have a just society to be able to do that. You have to be able to have people that are
ISIS will enter the zoo and Chad unless, and this is from an Islamic newspaper. As I told you before, anything you hear on Radio Biafra is correct. I told you on this platform that they will come for you. You see, let me tell you one thing that people don't know because you don't know history. I forgive some of you because in your schools in the zoo they don't teach you anything. I want some people to actually go and sit down and study the history of Islam. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped growing. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped expanding through militancy and war. Others have stopped, only Islam. Christianity is based on convincing people, telling them about the message of hope and restoration of Yahweh Yeshua. Of course, immensely corrupted, that we know for sure. But Islam believes in expanding through war. And that war is coming. Now, I must be put on record, and we can play it all the time for our people to also understand and listen very carefully. And I will say it tonight. And if you come to me in the future, I'll refer you to the broadcast of the 8th of June, 2015. And that I made this very comment I'm about to make now at precisely 10 minutes to 8 p.m. in the evening. If ISIS comes down into the zoo, of course they are part of Boko Haram anyway, if they fall, not if they, because they have forged an alliance already, if they launch any attack with the name of ISIS on the zoo soil, if you come to us to give us weapons, I will decline it. I will allow them to kill all of you before we mount any counteroffensive. Let me tell you one thing that you don't understand. Some of you claim you went to school, but you didn't go to school. Because if you went to school, you will understand how Islam works. Islam is coming for you. They must come for you. It's a M-U-S-T, must. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Only you can defend yourselves. This headline here is a confirmation if you need one. I think Abubakar said it yesterday. Today is being confirmed that ISIS is coming. Not just Boko Haram, but the real bad people that are coming. They need access to the oil. And they will get it to secure their financial base for their continued expansion within the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. The zoo is seen as pivotal. And Biafra land is where the resources that they're looking for is lying in. They don't trust Buhari anymore. Buhari was their godfather. They no longer trust him. I mean, Boko Haram in this instance. Buhari, they thought would give them Sharia immediately. Buhari saying, I don't belong to anybody. From that day, they intensified their bombing. Some of you cannot reason, you cannot see very well because you're blind. But at least you're lucky. You're listening to Radio Biafra. Very, very lucky indeed. I'm telling you the truth. Or else, I can't in your blindness. It is that darkness we've come to shed light on, that you can see properly. If they enter the zoo, I will not command this army. And I need guns and I have the men. I need guns and I need bullets. That's all we need. And then we win. I have been sounding this warning. I've been telling you, you think we are joking. They are coming. Your mothers will be raped. Your sisters will be married off as slaves. I'm telling you that now. Right as I speak, write it down. Biafra land will be decimated. Unless we equip this army to defend us. If we don't equip our army to defend us, in other words, if we don't march this year, it will be very, very difficult for us to recover. Forget all this nonsense. All these so-called pro-Biafra groups you're saying, Awasa brought them out to confuse you. Awasa brought them out. That is why they cannot say what we are saying or do what we are capable of doing. These are Awasa groups and you are not listening. That's now I want him. You are not listening. Because the devil has gone into all these idols that you worship. The devil has gone inside you to harden your heart, to blind your eyes that you can no longer see. That day, I will tell you to remember the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015. I will tell you to go back to it. I need guns and I need weapons. If I don't have guns and bullets, the army of Biafra cannot defend your towns and villages. The sooner you get that into your thick skull, the better for everybody. You are black people, you don't reason, I know that for sure. But the sooner you take this very message seriously, the better for everybody. Or else you're finished. ISIS is coming. They will enter the zoo and Chad very, very shortly. Not as Boko Haram, they are coming in as their franchise and as their name dictates. ISIS is coming. If you like, you make haste while the sun is shining, or if you like, you can continue to be dumb and stupid. That is entirely up to you. I won't be there, but you'll be dead anyway. And Radio Biafra will not report it, and nobody will. If you like, you give us guns. If you like, you don't. We are trying to save you, not you saving us. Let us pray. For God in heaven, Almighty Creator, the ancients of the ancients, the maker of the heavens and the earth, you created everything that the mind of a living soul can imagine, but none created thee. That is why we say you are immortal, you are invisible, you are omnipotent. This very God that every generation who has ever had the grace of knowing thee have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very